Hello YouTube! Let me take you on a trip again to our Phipps Conservatory Botanical Garden in Pittsburgh. This is a part 2. The first one I uploaded a couple of weeks ago. Check out that huge Brassavola nodosa in a clay pot with so many new growth. I love Brassavolas. I have so many hybrids of nodosa and just love their smell at night. Mine is spiking too, can't wait to show you. Every time I visit garden here, I see this Prosticea in bloom. The label says it's epidendrum, people can call it encyclia, green hornet. Flowers look like little squids are dancing. And this is famous variegated hibiscus tree. I know when it's bloom it has big, huge red flowers. I have a regular one with green leaves. It's blooming now. I usually never let soil to dry completely out. Yeah, look at those poor roots. Renanthera Nancy Chandler, Red Dragon, is on my list. I want that orchid so bad. Look at that stem, looks like a tree trunk. Not too many roots at all, but look at this bloom. Stunning. Our garden has a few of those plants. Rhincalalia cattleya is intergeneric, a hybrid, but it's the most spectacular of any cultivated orchids. They are valued for the large, showy flowers. And the fragrance of this one is heavenly nice. Floral, sweet, and honey in it, just yummy. Next to it, famous Oncidium Sweet 16. I think it's a hybrid of Oncidium Sherry Baby, everybody's favorite, because it smells the same, chocolate. And looking at the bulbs, they're a little bit with a fungus on them. Venda's Robert's Delight is a very popular line of Venda hybrids. Flowers are vibrantly colored and huge, with a round shape in many different colors. I have a pink one. Every time I see plant blooming that awesome in botanical garden, I always check what the roots are like. And roots are always, I see, poor and looks like not well hydrated, but they bloom. This Maxillaria tenuifolia, I think I filmed that plant maybe 6 months ago or last year for sure, and every time I see it, it gets smaller and smaller, like old bulbs are dying. And this is Dendrobium lindleyi, I think, aggregatum. I have one. It's doing fine, growing. It was blooming actually in the spring. The Bulbophyllum daisy chain, for sure, it's been seeing better days. I remember that plant, it was looking way better, and now I don't know what's going on. Bulbs are dying. Feel bad for that big guy. But next to it is Dendrobium wassellii. I have one, maybe for a year and a half already. It's growing 2 pseudobulbs a year for me. Vanda Tokyo Blue has a nice root system, and parent of this one is Cerulean Blue. Actually, I made a video, my last video about Vanda. It's spiking now. I have this species, Cerulean Blue, and this is most closest true blue color you can find in orchid. Very interesting to watch how they mounted orchids on that artificial tree, that Phalaenopsis. Look at its roots going on and on and on. And actually that artificial tree is falling apart, and it looks like a poor Phalaenopsis is keeping it all together. And you can see dendrobiums attached on it, and Still can't take my eyes off that Phalaenopsis, probably hybrid with no ID. Dendrobium yamachi, violet yamachi, has Dendrobium spectabile as a parent. And spectabile is a species. I have one. When I smell it, I close my eyes and try to imagine what do I smell. And I see like a sunny green valley with little wild flowers blooming in it, smell of honey and summer. But when I open my eyes, that alien face of my spectabile is staring at me. That violet yamaji smells exactly the same. There is tons of bromeliad plants. I like them, but they take so much room. I always thought that red is the flower. The flower, so bromeliad, they bloom from the center of that cup. And the actual flower of the bromeliad plant is actually that teeny tiny in the very center. Who knew that? I learned it here in Botanical Garden. Dendrobium Halawa Beauty is gorgeous. Tall spikes, tall canes, slightly fragrant. Look how thick they are. I have a tall one, Tino Vinto, I think, kind of like reminds me the same but purple flowers. Vanilla plantifolia is huge. Look at that thick rhizoma or stem. No, it's not a rhizoma, of course. You know what I don't like about it? The flowers don't last long. Open in the morning and close the same day. But I don't think they bloom until they reach a certain length, like 20 or 30 feet long. And now meet a huge, just giant lady sleeper orchid. Remember in the first part I was telling about Pittsburgh's Botanical Garden blockbuster Super.Natural.Glass plants made by Jason Gamrath, the artist. That's unique, guys. 14-foot tall glass flower with bronze leaves on the bottom. There is huge orchids, Grammatophyllum or Grammata Cymbidium. I guess it's a hybrid. They're huge. I like them, but I don't think I can afford one. I have a greenhouse 6 by 8 feet. It will take over just one plant. A little glass people, sculptures walking in the pond. Now we're at the butterfly room. There is butterflies flying around, hard to catch, and those sculptures again. And look at those rocks, artificial rocks, but moss is covering them all over because of the high humidity here. That's my family is dying to get me out of here. Another beautiful statue of Venus flytrap. Isn't it real? Yeah, real, but to me it looks like Titanic, that movie about that huge boat. That's how I see that Venus flytrap. Everything is real, but huge size. I found a picture on the internet of Jason, the creator, sitting with that Venus philodendron lacy tree. That that stem looked like a snake to me. It just put me into like Chinese mood. All I can see that Chinese dragon, snake dragon, flying in the sky. Here at Phipps you can see so many pitcher plants they grow. I don't have one, so it was fun to play with them, touch them, get to know them. Always watch Brad's channel from Canada. He grows them very well. Too bad I can grow everything I want due to the space, due to the free time. And there is a next room in Botanical Garden, and look at those glass sculpture. I don't even know what kind of flowers they represent. Yeah, the masters task was to put forever and ever blooming flowers among the same natural plants. So who knows what they are? Please leave me a comment. People who work here at the garden, they redecorate, remodel the rooms. They put new flowers every time. Depends on the season. For example, at Easter time, this room is full of tulips and Easter lilies. Next room with a big pond in it. In the center of the pond is a lotus plant made by Jason Gemrath. So this room at Christmas time has a huge Christmas tree in the center and decorated all over with Christmas lights. Water catches reflections of Christmas lights, trees covered, and view is breathtaking. But right now, lotus in a full bloom made out of glass and bronze. Banana trees and huge baskets with tropical plants keep that lotus company. I was wowed by the Super.Natural.Glass sculptures, but when I got into this room, I was just, I don't know. Look at these Darwin orchids in the very center. How neat it is, how huge, giant, and at the same time neat. Everything is perfect about it. I never been to Madagascar, but in my mind, I think that's exactly how it looked like. Look at that waterfall. Are those like Dendrophilonopsis in a white and green? I'm not sure. But that Angrecum, about that little pond and flowers, my favorite, white and green together. I just love our botanical garden. If you guys get chance to visit Pittsburgh, that's the place to go. Next room is made in Victorian style. I always got that feel how the Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth garden look like, just the style and everything in front of her palace. And if you see very deep inside the room, there is statues right there. Sorry about the quality, probably my battery started to get low. I filmed a lot that day. Last room is a succulent room with cactuses and agavas. Oh my, it was so hot inside. I'm telling you, it's probably around 100 Fahrenheit in here. Yeah, cactuses are happy, people are not. My daughter could not stay there more than 5 minutes. When I was visiting last time, maybe in winter, it was enjoyable, but not in a summer hot day. But it was fun. Some of them were blooming, and especially we know cactuses flower stays open a day or night or very short time period. When I come here, I always check on that huge agava, looks like a sea monster or octopus. There is nice looking round, perfect round cactuses. Looks like they are so welcoming to have a seat on them. Yeah, you wanna try? Not me. They call them mother-in-law stools or chairs. I wonder why. Definitely remember when we were in Thailand, there was a sign next to the same round-shaped cactus. Stool for a mother-in-law. Have a seat, please. And this is actually African tree grape. You know what? It might lose all leaves and go dormant. And Phipps Conservatory even made t-shirts that tree was inspiring them, and the t-shirt was saying on the front, "I'm not dead, I'm dormant." How funny. So, leaving the cactus rooms, I see more black or purple aeoniums. Those plants, to me, they look like artificial roses, black with plastic petals. Kind of like them. Maybe I will get some if I get a chance. Just wanna look at them and touch them. And finally, I see adenium, the desert rose, in bloom. How bright! I have two plants in my collection, and actually YouTube was who inspired me. One girl, she has a channel, and they're doing fine. They love full sun. Maybe I get them to bloom soon. And agavas again, my daughter is half dead, or better to say, dormant, I guess. So that trip is about to over. Then we stop at Pittsburgh famous place to eat, Parmenti's Brothers. They make amazing sandwiches. Also, we ordered nacho chips with beans in them, spicy, and so everything was good. These two, they deserved a good dinner. They did very good, bearing with me. Actually, Parmenti's Brothers sandwiches, they're awesome. There is French fry, meat, coleslaw on it, like all in one. They were invented actually here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, maybe 100 years ago, when truck drivers working like overnight shifts will drive with one hand and eat with the other hand. Everything, your veggies, your meat, your bread. That's my husband Mike. So beer is good, sandwich is good. Thank you guys for staying with me, for watching. I hope you like this video. Please leave me a comment and see you until the next time. Bye.